Hello, can you
Good
hear
evening.
me?
Can you? I can't hear you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen
I've
now.
I've shared my screen. I've shared my screen. I need us to confirm if you can see my screen and hear my voice. Just type a double plus if you can see my screen and hear my voice. All right. Any other person? Okay. All right. So I need one more person to confirm that you can see my screen and hear my voice. I need one more person to confirm you can see my screen and hear my voice. Please, I need a double plus from you. Anyone, please? If you can see my screen and hear my voice, can you drop a double plus? Alright. Good evening, everyone. I remain my humble servant reverse, your friend, your brother, business partner, whichever thing you call me. I'm just there to do one of the things I know how to do best, to share ideas, knowledge with people, to show you how it works, and as you go back to check, to study more, we can eventually be on the same page. So I'll be introducing us, especially for the sake of those who are joining us for the first time, to crypto trading. Crypto trading now, crypto trading varies. We have trading of altcoins like we have Ethereum, Monero, Litecoin, IOTA, and the likes, and we also have trading of Bitcoin against dollars. Now, what makes it unique? Why am I not sharing trading of altcoins today? It is only Bitcoin that has, or let me say, Bitcoin has the best volatility as far as coin is concerned. So, with that, it is easily it easily yields profits. It easily yields profits. And you know what makes every businessman make money is in every business you're running, provided price can go up and price can come down. So you always wait to buy when the price is down and sell when the price is high. So same thing applicable to Bitcoin. And so would for I'll be going straight to the point. Crypto trading. Now crypto trading is nothing difficult. But the truth of the matter is it is technical. Now we have two major things that influences the market. Two major things. Number one is news. The news influences the market. Now for those of us who always keep to the news, who always update ourselves, you discover Bitcoin futures, NYSE announced what's it called, Bitcoin futures on the stock market. And if you look at what Bitcoin has done as at when it was announced and when it started doing all their processing, Bitcoin has skyrocketed again. So that's a positive news that influenced the market. And I also shared with us the last time that for those of us who remember JP Morgan gave a negative news about Bitcoin, and it really affected the price. The price went down in a more terrible way. So what am I saying in essence? The news affects the market. That is one. Then the second thing that helps determine or have an idea of what the market is going to look like is what we call technical analysis. And that is why you and I, that is why we are here. We are here for technical analysis. So let me go straight to the point. What is technical analysis? Ability to foresee, to follow the trend in the market, to analyze and foresee what could be the next direction of the market, irrespective of how much we foresee, we plan, we strategize. It is only God that knows what can happen tomorrow. So I would advise, don't be too emotional about the market. Don't be after quick money. It is not a get rich quick scheme. Don't be after quick money. In fact, I would advise, start trading with small money first, like $10, $20, until when you are convinced that yes, you've gotten to a level. That's when you should increase your capital. So don't be carried away with you made 2% today, 3% tomorrow. Make sure you yourself, you are convinced that yes, you can get results before you start using big money to trade. Now there are two kinds of people in the market. The first category of people, they are called the bulls, and that's why we always hear bullish candle. And the second category of people in the market, they are called the bears. Now, for those of us who understand those two animals, you agree with me that a bear is just there to pull something down, to pull it down. That is what a bear does, and that is the function of the bears in the market. So, who are the bears in this market that we are talking about? The bears are the sellers. Now, every seller was once a buyer. So that's just the fact. So who are the bulls in the market? The bulls are the buyers. So I believe we are following. Are we getting it? Let me know if I'm not just talking to myself. Are we following? Are we getting what I'm saying? Do we understand? I need our response. You can't hear anything. Click on the. Please, does somebody help me type to Ola, who said he can't hear anything. Let me type that you should probably leave the meeting and join again. Or you should click on that volume button. Click on the volume button. Please, who else? I need you to verify if you can hear me, if you're following. Okay, somebody just confirmed. I need somebody else to confirm that yes, you're following. I need somebody else. Okay, somebody said cool. Alright. So back to what I was saying. There is a trend in every market. Now, but for Bitcoin, we would always advise, like many of us have been hearing us talk in the WhatsApp group, we would always advise you go on the uptrend market. Don't ever short trade Bitcoin. Now, you can make your profit, but it is more risky because you might sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and hear that Bitcoin is 23,000. But what am I saying in essence? Bitcoin has a very good volatility that, especially the uptrend. The uptrend shoots up like there's no tomorrow. So that is why you just have to be very, very careful with the kind of trade you enter. So the platform I'll be sharing with us, we have different platforms you can trade Bitcoin, just like we have different markets in Nigeria. You have different markets in Lagos. We have Ikeja market, we have Ladipo, we have Sule market, and they might be selling the same thing. So it is whichever one you are comfortable with, you will go and do business with. So which market is the best? It has to do with what is your taste. So that I cannot answer as regards the best markets you can trade with. Now, let me just introduce us to BitMEX. I'll share with you why I can recommend BitMEX. I've used Poloniex before. I've used Bitrex before. I've used BitMEX before. And the major one I use now to trade is what is called BitMEX. Now, why do I so much find pleasure in BitMEX? Number one, they have an index calculator where you can actually calculate your profits or your loss. You can use it to project that, okay, what if I enter a trade at this price and I exit at this price? What will be my profit? That is number one. Then number two, they have a test version. They have a test version which is testnet. We have the testnet version. The testnet version is I've shared with us over and over again. Is a site being designed by Bitmex also for you to test run your skills. They're going to give you 0.1 BTC for free, but for you to trade with, but you cannot withdraw it. That's another beautiful thing about it. Then the third reason why I'm sharing Bitmex with us is the fact that it has a leverage opportunity, and Bitmex is one of the most recognized crypto trading platforms. Now, an exchange platform like this, and look at for the past 24 hours, we have about 1.6 billion dollars transaction that has been made. So it's a very big platform in terms of traders coming in. So that is why I'm sharing it. I feel it will work. Now, note what I'm saying. When I share things, I've actually made my research, and me saying I believe it doesn't really mean I'm perfect. Please mute your microphone. Does not make me a perfect man. I only share based on my own knowledge, based on my study. So it is there for you to now go and make your own other research and see if it's worth it or not. Now, what's the only challenge I see in Bitmex is that withdrawal. A lot of people are complaining about the withdrawal. It's not that you can't withdraw, but the higher Bitcoin goes, the higher their withdrawal is. So that's the only challenge I see in them. But every other thing, I think it's perfect. So that's it. Now, I'll go straight to uh before I go straight to resistance and support, I'd like to let us know that now in the markets we have a place order. On BitMEX we have place order, we have markets, we have stop limits. We'll be teaching us limits and place markets alone. Now the beauty of the market is that market doesn't run away, it operates 24 hours. So when you are emotionally down, or you're a bit weak, or you know you sleep off, or you know you are not too ready, I advise you shouldn't trade. Now, I discover many are eager to make the money and they eagerly jump into the market, and that is how they eagerly jump out of the market. So don't be carried away with Bitcoin is going on, let me quickly enter. No, it will still come down to whatever price you're waiting for it. Now, how much is the one BTC in the withdrawal? Now, the withdrawal fluctuates. I can't really say this is the precise withdrawal. You can always go to account and see deposit and withdraw Bitcoin. You see the withdrawal funds there. Somebody said she can't see my screen. Please help me type to the person, or I think the person can hear me. You can just quit the meeting and join back again. Now, what I'm back to what I was saying. Don't be after Bitcoin is going on. Let me quickly enter the market. First, take your time. Be calm. Make sure your mind is calm. Make sure you are ready to do something. Avoid every form of distraction before you trade. Now, the beauty of crypto trading is the fact that you are controlling your funds yourself. You are controlling your funds yourself. Now, we have the limit order. The limit is when you want to create an order that, okay, I want to enter Bitcoin at this present price, 19,326. I want to enter. So I'm to type the price I want to enter under limit price. I'm to type the price there. Now the quantity means How much worth of Bitcoin do you want to buy? How much worth of Bitcoin do you want to use for your trade? That's what you insert in quantity. Now we have the two big buttons here, the buy button and the sell button. Now the buy button, which is also known as the long, is when you decide to, for example, price is 19,320 something now, and you're rest assured that this Bitcoin will still get to $20,000 today, or 19,600 or 500. You've done your analysis and you're sure it's going to skyrocket. So what you do is you enter a long trade. Long trade simply means you are entering the market at a low price and you are selling at a high price in order to pick your percentage profits. Now the beauty is you can pick as much profit as possible, but I would say never you be greedy. Don't be greedy. That is the key fact. Don't be greedy. That's number one. Then another thing is you must be patient. You cannot use your hand to pull the price or bring the price down. So you must be solely, in fact, you must over embrace patience. That is one of my advice to you, because you must take your time, analyze the market, and see that you are safe enough to trade. And like back to what I was saying, avoid greed. Don't let too much of profit hinder you, because market might be in your favor now, and because you are looking for a very big profit at once, and you are still saying let me remain in this market, it can go against you. So always be careful of that thing called greed. So we enter the amount here, the price we want to buy it, and we enter a long trade. A long trade is when you enter Bitcoin, you enter at so price and you close at so price. That is a long trade. You close at a higher price, so with that you make your profit. But a short trade is when Bitcoin is in 20,000 and you are sure this price will fall back to 19,000 plus, so you enter a short trade. But I advised earlier, don't go for short trade, because when you enter short trade, that might be when Bitcoin will start skyrocketing again, and you only find yourself losing, which is not ideal enough. So back to the main reason why we are here. That's just the basics of crypto trading. Now I would share with us a support and resistance. Then after that, my guy at the top, Mr. Darlington, will share with us from his own knowledge. He's going to share with us what's it called, candlestick pattern. Now, what is a candlestick? Candle is all these green, red you see here, and each and every one of them, they are called the candle. Now, the green represents the the bullish trend, that is the bulls, while the red represents the bears. And I told us earlier, the bulls are when buyers buy the market. When buyers are buying Bitcoin, they are the bulls of the market. But when they are selling it, they become the bears, because bears fall down, pulls down something, the value of something. That's what the bear does. So they are known as the bears. But presently, as we can all see, price is simply going up gradually. Though I've not analyzed, but I said I could, when we started this class, it was 19,320 something. Now it is now 390 something. So let's see these candles one after the other. Then the real analysis will be taken by Mr. Darlington. So in order to be sure we are following, please, I need our verification also. Are we still following? If yes, if you're enjoying, if you're flowing, just type continue. And if you are confused, just let us know why you are confused. If you're following, please type continue. If you are following, please type continue. Alright, one person typed continue. How about the rest? Another person who is following. Okay. Alright. Okay, thank you. Alright, thank you. So back to what we are saying. This was what happened in the market. We have two candles. The first candle, which is the green one, is called the bullish candle. The red one is called the bearish candle. Now for the bullish candle, it signifies the fact that market went up. Now before I continue with that, let me show us what we call the time interval. Now this time interval means something. You are telling the market trading view, as we all know. You're saying, trading view, show me the price of market at the time interval 30 minutes or at the time interval 15 minutes or at the time interval 1 hour or at the time interval 4 hours. Now you see that all this time interval comes with its own candles and time frame, because all the time intervals, what you are saying is each of these candles that you see represents, now I'm on 30 minutes time interval, so it's saying each candle represents 30 minutes. So what happened to Bitcoin as at 16th of December 1 p.m. So their time is, I think their time is 1 hour slower than ours. So what we are saying is what happened at this time within 30 minutes. What happened was that Bitcoin price went up from this particular price, which is 18,303. It went up to 18,685. So once a new candle starts forming, it's telling you that we've left that previous 30 minutes, another 30 minutes have started counting. So what could happen after every candle or before every candle has to do with the demand and supply in the market. So nobody determines all these candles. No, it's not anybody that is just doing it. It's the trend of the market that determines it. Now for each candle, let me explain it better. For each candle, you have what we call the candle body. Now the candle body is this. From this side to this side, the left hand side to the right hand side of each of the candles is called the candle body. Now, for a green candle, which is a bullish candle, it opens at this end. It opens at this end. I hope you are saying it. This extreme end that we are saying it here, that is when this particular candle opened. Because you know, an uptrend actually starts from bottom and it went up. Now it closed at this top end of this green vertical rectangle. Now that is the open and close of this market at this particular time. What does it mean to open and close? It simply means that was when activity started within that minute or that hour or that moment. Now it means that, for example, let me use this candle. This candle has a tail here from this end. This particular candle has a tail from this end, the beginning of this box to this end. It is called a tail or a wick, WICK. Now, this tail or wick simply tells us that price actually got to this point. It fell to this point, but the bulls were able to take it up again, and the real activity for that timing started at exactly $19,316. So for this particular candle, so also we have the bullish, the bearish candle. The bearish candle is now upside down. The bearish candle starting from up downwards, and it opens from up downwards. So that is all about the candle analysis. You'll be seeing some pictures why. For those of us who were in the WhatsApp group the other day, when I did the theoretical section, remember I showed us some pictures to actually buttress all these points. Now that's for that. Now the last thing I'll be showing us before I hand over to Darlington is called resistance and support. Now what is a support? A support, from the definition, from the word support, it means it's a particular line in the market, a particular level or a base in the market that the price of as at then in the market will enter, will fall back to, and it will go up again. What do I mean? Support is like a foundation of the price. You know, foundation of a house, you start every building from its foundation. Now, once you get to the top of the house, you roof it. So, the roof of that house is now what we know as the resistance in the market. Resistance in the market simply tells us that the price of Bitcoin cannot go beyond this level. There are some forces pushing it back once it gets to that level, and those forces are called the bears. Now, every bear would always want to scatter something in order to start it afresh. Meaning, every bear will drop the price of a coin by selling, so that everybody will sell, so that the price can come down. And once the price comes down, they will come back to buy it at a low rate again. That is what the bears do in the market. So, like I said, we have the support of every market, and also we have the resistance. Now, what is the arrow you use? This second arrow is called trend line. You simply click on the little arrow beside it, and you click on the horizontal line. That's what you use to draw your arrows. Now, if I'm to use this present market here that is on my screen to find the support and resistance, I will say there's one here. How do you determine it? You look at the wick of the particular market. Where did it fall to? Remember, support is the basis. So you are using where price fell to as your support. So at this moment, I would say leaving all these candles behind, pushing them aside, starting from this particular place to my right hand side, I think I should move the market there. Starting from this present market you are seeing on my screen, where is my support and where is my resistance? My support is actually here because this particular candle fell to this place. Now you make sure at least 2 or 3 weeks are touching your support. At least 2 or 3 weeks are touching your support. So this is a week. This what's it called? Bullish candle is actually resting on this support. This one, the week is resting on it. This one, the week is resting on it. This one, the week almost touched it. For this one, the week almost touched it. This one, the week is resting on it. This one, the week is resting on it. Now, if you discover the remaining parts of this market did not fall below the support bit. On 700 and something is a very, very good support for Bitcoin at the moment. 18,700 and something, 769 is a very good support. So in as much as price can fall anytime, price can fall below this level at this junction. So that is what we are saying in essence. That is why you should understand your support and resistance. Now let me start picking each resistance one after the other from where we started using as our case study. Now the first resistance the market had was actually this level, because I'm starting the market from this level, this my left hand side here. Now why did I call it a resistance? This guy went up, he could not break it. This guy went up, he did not break it. This guy proved stubborn. It touched the resistance, and the forces there, that is the bears, sent it back. And here the bears sent it back. The bulls tried pushing the price up again, but they were not able to achieve it. Now the bears pushed it downward again. The bulls pushed it up, the bears pushed it down. Still, they did not go beyond this level, this height. So this height is called a resistance as at then. Now look at one of the things that Linton will be teaching us. The bulls now decided, the bulls now had enough force, and they pushed the markets up again in order to hammer this particular candle. There's something called hammer. Hammer is exactly this diagram we are seeing here. When there's a candle before, let me say, for example, this one, we have a bearish candle before this bullish candle. Now within the same time frame, this bullish candle did exactly what this bearish candle did. Look at, they opened at the same time, they closed at the same time. So this bullish candle engulfed the bearish candle. This bullish candle engulfed the bearish candle, or it hammered the bearish candle. So what does that mean? It's a signal. After every engulfment, it's a signal that whosoever that engulfs is actually going up, is going towards his or her trend. So if it is the bears that engulfed a particular trade, a particular coin, it means we are going towards the trend. It's likely possible we are going towards the trend of the bears. But if the, what's it called, the bulls engulf the bears, it means we are going, it's likely possible we are going towards the direction of the bears, of the bulls. And that was what happened here. After this candle engulfed this one, like I said, engulfment is when a candle does the same thing as this previous candle and they are opposite candles. So look at, this is a bear, this is a bull, and they did similar thing. The same open, the same close, and the likes. Now immediately after this end, you could see that we went up. Darlington will explain that part very well for us. I'm just to focus on support and resistance. Now immediately this candle became strong enough to break through this resistance, this limitation that has been limiting other candles down. This candle was strong enough to break it. Now after breaking it, it went on the uptrend. After every break, it went on the uptrend. So it went on the uptrend to a level, to a height, and this was the height. It went to 19,842. And there is a signal. Once Bitcoin hits its highest time high, you must be very, very careful, because the next thing that would happen could be a dump. Everybody would dump it, and that's what we call a pullback. A pullback or a retrace. So look, immediately it got to this price, Bitcoin pulled back again, or it retraced again down to 19,093, all the way from 19,800 and something. It pulled back to 19,093. That's what we call pullback. And after the pullback, it started gaining momentum again, and it got to its price, that previous price again, and we also had another pullback here down to 18,819. Now, to every massive uptrend in a Bitcoin trend, there will always be a good fall also. Just that you must know when it's going to fall, price is going to fall or not. So that's where you must be careful. So after this resistance, if you are building a house and upstairs, and immediately you finish the ground floor, you will deck it. Now that deck is a resistance to the ground floor, of which the new foundation you lay on the deck has made the deck become a support to the new foundation. So also, immediately the price came out of this limitation here, this resistance here, this resistance has now automatically become a support for the next candles that formed. So you discover that the rest of the candles that formed, they could not break this new support for them, and they went on like that. So let's find, now that we have a new support, our previous resistance has turned to support. The next question is, where is our next resistance in this market? Now I will go back and say my next resistance in this market was actually this place. Why did I say that? This price this week got there, it went back. This one tried getting there, it didn't go. This one got there, this one got there, this one almost got there. Now this one breaks through.
It's 23 hours.
This one broke through that particular market. So it was able to break through, and a new candle formed and went above that resistance. But immediately it went above that resistance, price fell back again to the resistance. And this candle was strong enough to pull it down. It did a pullback down to this place. And every other candle that was formed then, up to this level, couldn't break this barrier again. They were too weak to break the barrier. The other one that broke the barrier was this. It broke the barrier and it started going up again. And it fell off again. So, look at, after every fall, increase, it fell back again and went back to this support. And went back to my previous support. So that is how you draw your support and resistance. Just look at the market. Where is the price pulling back? Where did the price get to and it started pulling back? That's your resistance. Or where is the base at which the price falls down to and is shooting up again? That's your support. So for here, this is the resistance to all the activities here, and it is a support to all the activities at the top of it. Now the final resistance I'm going to be drawing is going to be mainly somewhere around yes, here is another resistance, but it's too far for me to use it as resistance. I can simply come and use this. As another resistance. Where is it? I can simply come and use this as another resistance because this head touched it. This other head touched it. That was where this previous market ended. This one touched it. This one touched it. This one touched it. This one pulled back. So that's another good support or resistance. So your support and resistance is what helps you determine the fate of the market. And that is where I would take my own bow a bit. Please, do we all understand this support and resistance thus far before I hand over to Mr. Darlington? Please, I need a response. Do we all understand support and resistance? I need a response, please. Do we all understand this support and resistance? Okay, somebody confirm now by saying yes. Any other person? Yes, okay. and you can draw it on your own. It's not. It goes beyond you understanding. Can you draw it from your own end? On your own, can you draw the support and resistance on your own? Can you draw it on your own? If I look at this present market we are, okay, so where are you still getting it? Yes, but you cannot draw it. Now tell me why you cannot draw it. For those who said they understand but they cannot draw it. Now can you tell me why you cannot draw it? See another resistance here, another support here. Why did I say it is support? This price got there, it went back. This one went below it. This one went low. So this present market now that is dropping, if it drops, it might get to this support and pull back again, or go higher than that support, go below that support. If you check it on 1 hour, if you are drawing support and resistance, always use 30 minutes and 1 hour to draw it. Can you see on 1 hour, this candle, the wick almost touched it and it's going back gradually. Now, where you place your own resistance, I wouldn't draw mine there. Now, that is the truth. The fact is, the way we see market is different. And that's why I said, don't use 15 minutes or 5 minutes to draw your resistance and support. No. Use something 1 hour, 30 minutes, 4 hours. It helps you see the market clearly. I actually drew all these resistance and support with 30 minutes time frame. And if you look at the 1 hour time frame, it's perfectly perfect. It's perfectly perfect on this 1 hour time frame. So your own level of reasoning determines your support and resistance, because you might decide to push it a bit lower than mine or a bit higher than mine. But just note that it is at this region that we have a support. It is at that region we have a resistance. You don't have to see that me, I am a perfect person in trading, so I would know a support better than you. It's a lie. So everybody has the right to draw his or her own support or resistance. That's one thing we all must understand. That everybody has its own right, his or her own right to draw the support and resistance. So don't think I have a better idea of a support and resistance. Just believe you can do it. You can draw it. That's the first thing you need to do. Believe you can. And that is what I want us all to note. You can draw it. You can draw it. Follow the same illustration I gave in drawing it. Look for the least weak. Look for the least weak. Use the least weak. Some people say they can't see screen. Okay. Alright. I'm sorry. Alright. Can you see screen now? Can you see screen now? I need a response. Can we see the screen now? Okay, thanks. So for the support and resistance, this is the basics you need. There's nothing to be scared of in drawing yours. Just check for the wicks. Where are they getting to, and they are pulling back. And if you are drawing a support or a resistance, you must use a good time frame, like 30 minutes, 1 hour. Somebody said, does that mean support and resistance? I can't see the question. Revolves around the range. Yes, support and resistance determines the range of a market. Now, your support in the next 1 hour can eventually become a resistance, because price might have gone farther than that. And that was why I started from the previous market. I showed us where market was starting from as at the time I chose it, and I started drawing support from there. And the support I drew then became resistance to other candles. So you must understand that what you just need to do before you can draw a support and resistance. Widen your screen. Use good time frame, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Use good time frame. What time frame is good to determine support and resistance? Use good time frame. Now you see it clearly on 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, 45 minutes. I could see there was a section Darlington held in the group, and some people were talking about time frame, and it said that you shouldn't be carried away about the time frame. Use 45 minutes time frame to cross check again. Now after I drew this time support and resistance on 30 minutes, I also went to 1 hour to see whether it tallies, and we can see everything I have drawn, it actually tallies on 1 hour as well. So it's something if I check 4 hours now also, or let me use 2 hours, you discover that everything still tallies. Look at the last resistance I drew, look at the last support I drew, look at everything tallies well, even far better on 2 hours. So don't be, it's telling you that the movement of the market every 2 hours. That's what you see there. So it's a very good time frame that you use to see the market very well. In fact, on 2 hours candle, can you see that the market became more clearer than 30 minutes, 1 hour candle? On 2 hours candle, it became clearer. What happened here? The same bullish candle that went up here, this guy brought it down just like that. So put this guy and this guy together, these two bullish candles in the past, these 2 hours, that's 4 hours. Put them together, it's like this guy is standing under directly this guy. So in that 4 hours, see what happened. It went on a bullish trend, and it took another 4 hours because it happened in another two candles. It took another 4 hours to pull it down in that same trend. So all these time frames are very, very important, which you must not rush to do. And when drawing your support and resistance, don't rush. Don't rush. Most of us, we rush most times, and that's one of the problems we have in the market. When we started this class, price was 19,321, and now price is 19,460 something. Please, can you still hear me? Are we still listening? Can you hear me? Now, this present market is actually on uptrend based on the analysis. Based on the analysis Darlington will be teaching us. This candle got to this level. The new candle that was forming has broken this low here. Then gradually we are on the uptrend. And I believe this candle might get to this level, this 19.5 again, and pull out and pull back again if possible. So that's how you study market. You're already in 493. Let me hand over to Darlington. Hello, Mr. Darlington. Can you hear me? Mr. Darlington. Yeah, so Mr. Darlington, is it that all? Okay.
CP cash.
Okay, that's the system.
UCP cash, yeah.
Okay, let me send you the signal.
Yeah.
I've sent you a request. So this candle that is moving on gradually might get to this support, this resistance again. Now, don't be carried away with support and resistance. Your previous support can eventually become your next resistance, and your previous resistance can become your next support to a market. And for those of us who always wait, we always wish price will just keep going up like that. No, it's not done now. It's a market. Market is not a straight line thing. It's a zigzag thing. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. ability to know when it will go up and when it will come down is your technical analysis. Darlington, over to you, sir. Alright. So in essence, we can enter trade. Somebody asked the question. In essence, we can enter trade in support trade. Now, you don't just enter trade when price is exactly on support, because there is no guarantee that the price won't beat that support. Don't get me wrong, there's no guarantee that price won't beat that support. It can go far, far below that support. So after, it is the candle analysis now that will now help you understand that, okay, it can still go below this support or it can still go above this support. And that's when you now know when to place your trade. Can you see that this price, as when I was talking, it was 490 something, it pulled back to 450 something. Doesn't mean it won't go up. Presently it's still on the high trend. Let's see how long it will get to before it falls again. So the price is already on support doesn't mean it cannot fall back. Let me show you a very good example before I give it to Darlington. Now, this price fell to this support here. It fell below this support. It pulled back again. Now, if I had entered it at this particular support, do you know I will be on negative? Because since then, since it has fallen below this support as at then, it was actually a support as at then. It now became a resistance now. Since it has fallen below then, look at how many hours it took it to get to this height again. It got to this height at this level. Okay, not my screen anymore, don't worry. Let Darlington take over. Then you would see. Now this price has gotten to 5 something, 19.5 something. 19.5 something. Can you see? It tells that yes, the analysis we just made is actually correct. Let Darlington take over. He's going to do more justice to that. Darlington, over to you, sir. Darlington, over to you.
Hello, good evening all. Thank you very much, Gigi, for creating this opportunity for us to discuss this. Please, if you can hear my voice clearly, can I get plus, like 2 plus, so that I can proceed? Hello? Okay. If you can see my screen and if you can see the support line that I've drew, kindly indicate, please. Hello? Okay, good. I actually want to take it from where Gigi stopped. Honey, hello? Can you see my support line, the support and resistance line that I drew? If you can see the support line, please let me know. Not just the screen, please. Okay, no support line.
That, yeah. You're presently seeing your trading view. Your trading view.
Okay. Okay. I don't know why it's not displaying, but I've clicked on it. It will display and it will go back again. I don't know.
When you're sharing your screen, did you actually share all? Did you share all?
Yeah. Yeah. I shared
You
all.
you can open a new tab on this particular browser also and use it.
Okay. Okay. Because there's something I actually want to point out. I just want to show something concerning this support and resistance.
Have you opened a new
Let me
tab?
see. Yes, I'm opening a new tab now. Opening a new tab.
Okay, your new tab is
But
open.
it's still showing the other one.
Yes, sir.
It's not showing the new tab, and right now I'm on the new tab. Maybe I have to delete the other one.
Yeah, do that.
Currently, I have 2 tabs with.
Okay, we can see that as. No, I think it went back again. You can close the first one.
Okay. Since it's not showing up, let me just.
We can
Let me
see
just
that
proceed.
as the what's it called now? That has the support, and it's taking it off again.
It will come and it will disappear. Let me just.
You can close the previous one and open a new one.
Okay. Let me open a new window and see. Okay.
You know what? Use another browser once and for all. You can use
Okay.
Firefox.
Okay. Okay. Before, since it's not, let's just proceed.
You can
I'll.
exit everything. You can exit everything and use a new browser. Use Chrome again. Open Chrome afresh. Firefox is installing updates. It has, okay, it's showing it's going up. You can exit it. Exit the entire Chrome and open it afresh.
Okay. Let's see if it will work. Let's see.
It's load. Okay, it's going up. You can just continue with the normal candle.
Okay. Let us proceed with this. I was able to, for those who were not present for the last meeting we had, I showed us some things concerning candlestick, and I would like us to review it again. Although Gigi has touched it, but I just want to make it more plain to us too. Look at this chart very clearly. This the white represents the green we have in real life trading, while the black represents the red we have in real life trading. Now, last time I told us that each of these candlesticks, they respect their highs and their lows. And I also told us that the high or the low of the previous candle serves as a support or resistance to the next candle. Meaning that if you want to take your trade, I'm not going into what Gigi has discussed before. I just want to proceed. If you are taking your trade, you want to take a trade, you need to check the previous candle high or low, because the next candle forming will respect the previous candle low. There's a chance that it will just test the low or the high of the previous candle and it will not be able to proceed, because the fact that the previous candle was not able to move past that place, it therefore means that there's something blocking it. If it is up like this, it therefore means there's a resistance blocking it. It means there are lots of sellers there at the resistance, because that's where sellers stay. They try as much as they can to push price down. and at support, that's where buyers stays. So if the previous candle was unable to move past that line, you may not be able to see it except you draw that line. It therefore means that even the next candle that it's forming may not be able to pass that same line. So if you ignore the fact that the previous candle was not able to pass that line and you just enter your trade, the same destiny that occurred to the previous candle may also occur to the next candle that your trade is currently on. So that is why you need to look at the previous candle highs or low before you take your trade. If you do this the way it's stated, you will fall into less problems when taking your trade, when setting your entry point. So having said that, I would like to show us an example of what I mean. Let us look at some examples. Looking at this, one of the main candle formation I love so much and that I always look out for is the engulfing candle. Take note of it. You always see it often. There are other candle formation. We have the pin bar, the hammer, doji, shooting star, dark cloud, morning star. There are many like that. But the ones you keep seeing often and often is the engulfing candle. And the engulfing candle has two types. It has the bearish engulfing candle and the bullish engulfing candle. The bearish engulfing candle is usually seen in an uptrend. If you can see my mouse, that's what I'm showing you. To identify a bearish engulfing candle, you will see a green candle in an uptrend. This is an uptrend. Let's say all these are green candle, then we have a red candle, another green candle appears. Now, once a big candle appears, the opposite of the previous candle, if it is a red candle that appears next to that green candle, and the body, the open and the close of that next candle engulfs or covers the previous candle, so much so that you cannot look past the previous candle. You must see the big candle covering it. It means that we have a bearish engulfing candle. It tells us that sellers are sharpening their cutlass. I'm not saying sellers have entered into the market. They are set. They've prepared themselves. They now know that buyers are dying off. So they want to enter into the market. This pattern is not a criteria for you to enter your trade. The fact that you just see this occur does not mean you should just enter your trade. I did not say that once you see this, you should enter your trade. It means the price is going to fall. No. This is just a sign that sellers are set. They want to come on board. So once you see a huge red candle covering the previous candle, we now have a bearish engulfing candle. The next thing you need to do is to wait for another candle to appear. A candle that has the same color with the bearish engulfing candle. That means the candle called red candle following the previous red candle. And this is the candle here we are talking about. Are you seeing it? This is the candle we are talking about. So once this candle goes below the wick of that green candle, it means that there's nothing stopping this candle from progressing downward. Take note, it's moved, it fell so low and even past the wick of the previous candle. It means there's nothing holding this candle from falling. It means sellers have already overtaken the boost, the buyers, because this candle has finished off the green candle completely. Take note of that. It covers both the body and also the tail of the previous candle. So we now know that sellers have already taken over the market. But are they going to continue the market, or are they going to stop here? Will the bulls come in? That is why we need to wait and see what would happen. As we are waiting, the next candle that appears is a red candle. And that candle starts falling. Immediately it fell below the close of the other candle, or the lows of the other candle. We enter our trade. For me, I'll take my trade at this place. This is where I'll take my trade. I hope you can say that I can't draw any line, but this particular point is where I will take my trade. Not here, not this place, because this candle has not finished forming. I will take my trade here, because this supports the fact that sellers are already in charge of the market. I'll take my trade here. And if you do that very well, this is what will happen. The price will fall. Now, this is your entry point. You can set your stop loss wherever you want, but just be very careful. But your stop limit should be here or a bit higher to this place. But if you take this trade very well, you will always be in profit. And once you're using Bollinger Band, once the price is getting to the middle Bollinger Band, if you are just starting up using this strategy, you may just exit. You would have earned something. 2%, 3%, 5%, it's something. You would have earned something. Now, we've discussed about the bearish engulfing. Now, let us look at the bullish engulfing, because we talked about two favorite candle formation you should look out for. This is a bullish candle. This is a green candle covering a red candle in a downtrend. If you see this formation in an uptrend, it's a false. If it's a big lie, I mean, the market is lying to you. But once you see it down here, another thing I want to mention, just like I was searching for that support and resistance, is that any candle formation that occurs at support, it's very, very strong. Any candle, take note of that word, any candle formation that forms at support or at resistance, it is very, very strong. That is why I wanted to move back to that chart that Gigi was using. I wanted to show you something there, but I can still tell you this. If it occurs at the support, you see this candle formation at support, it is a very strong signal. If you see this formation middle like this in a place where there is no support or resistance, it may be a continuation or a weak signal. But whenever it occurs at support, even at major support, it is a very strong signal. Please, to be sure that I'm not talking to myself alone, can I just get, even if it's just one sign, like a plus, to be sure that people are following? Hello? Are we all following? Are we getting the gist? Okay. Okay, good. Good. Now, this bull has overtaken the market. The sweetest part of this candle is this. It covers 1, 2, 3, almost 4 of the red. This is a great sign that bulls have entered into the market. It engulfed 1, 2, 3, almost 4 of the previous candle. This is a great sign. The larger the candle, the stronger it is. This is where I'll take my trade at this point. Once the next candle opens and it moves above the high of this candle, just at this point here, I'll enter my trade. I'll set my stop loss here at the lower lows. That's where I'll set it, either here or down a bit. That's where I'll set it. I'll enter my trade. Take note of where I enter the trade at this point, and look at what price will do. That's how it will go. If you think this is not true, you can go back to your chart and check for this candle formation, following the same rule, and see how many winning and losses you have. Let us look at another example. Let's look at another example. Okay, this is another one. Now, just like I said, if it happens at support, it is really, really good. For me, I'll take my trade here. I'll enter my trade here. For this person, look at the entry point. It is not just like I'm saying this. There are people taking trades like this. And look at what market does. That's how it goes. So that is just this. There's no deep secret or anything about it. How to enter your trade and when to exit. What you need to see before you enter your trade. What you need to wait for. This person did not enter this trade. Immediately this candle appeared. He waited for even some people can be more conservative that they will wait for more candles to appear before they even enter, to be sure, to be very sure that yes, the bulls have taken over. Now, I need you to understand that most times when the previous candle is so large, let's say there's a red candle that is so big, very big like this, you need to be careful, very careful of your trade. For me, I'll wait for those candles to almost get grown to the height of that large red candle. The reason being that in those red candles, there are lots of sellers there. They may overshadow the prices as it goes, and price may just go up a bit. But because there are lots of sellers around here, price will start falling. So for those who want to be more conservative, more careful, they tend to wait for more of the green candles to appear before they take their trade. Let us look at another example. This one, this is a candle formation too. This is another one. Look at how it goes. Just like that. So some people, they wait for this candle formation, this hammer. Once they see this hammer, they wait for another candle to appear and up they go. This hammer is always seen at downtrend because it pushes price upward. Price upward. Whenever you see this kind of candle formation in an uptrend, it is no longer hammer. It is called hanging man. It means this man is hanging on a balance. There is a point this man will just start falling. He's hanging on a tiny thread. That's how the Japanese explained the hammer. The hanging man, that this hanging man, he's hanging on a thread. So there's a point that within some few minutes, it will just start falling. So whenever you see this kind of candle formation in an uptrend, especially close to where there's a resistance, you know price is about to fall. So what you'll be waiting for is a red candle that would appear. Let us check another one. This is a pin bar. It's another candle formation, just like doji, but the wick is very, very long. Whenever you see this kind of wick, you wait for a green candle to appear. For me, I'll take my trade here. This is where I'll take my trade. This is where I'll enter my trade. And that's up it goes, and it keeps going. I'll keep my stop loss here. Let us look at another one. There are lots of examples like that. Look at this one too. This person decides to take his trade. Look at that color. He even painted it. Take the trade from this place, and that's how far it goes. From this place to this place, it's lots of pips. Keeping your stop loss here. The same thing applies to this place too. Look at how far it goes. This person decides to take the short trade around this place, and look at how far it fell. And that's how it goes. It always works. It may not work 100%, but if you do it very, it works. Let's look at another example. For me, I will take my trade here. The point of this candlestick formation is knowing when to enter your trade and when to exit. So I'm showing you the entry point. You have to wait, just as the rule says. Wait for a green candle to appear in a downtrend. Wait for another candle to appear and move above the high of that first green candle that appears. Then you enter your trade, and that's how it will go. It keeps going. So many examples. I'm just showing you a few of it. Now look at this. This one is a sell trade. This person took the sell trade here, and look at how far it fell. Look at how far it fell. There are just so many of it. This is without even an indicator. Just know when to enter your trade and when to exit. But if you are using indicator, for me, the only indicator I use and I'm comfortable with is Bollinger Bands. That's what I use, and I use the high and the low and even the middle. I consider those bands, those points, as the support and resistance. So once price gets to the lower Bollinger Band, I'm waiting for a green candle to appear. Once a green candle appears, I wait for another one to appear again and move above the high of that green candle and then enter my trade. Let us look at another example. Now, while Gigi was discussing with us, I took some shots. Look at this trade. I'll get to that, please. I'll get to that. Look at this trade. I'm looking at this particular trade. I waited for price to get to the lower Bollinger Band. This is the lower Bollinger Band. Now, I'm waiting for a green candle to appear. A green candle appear, and this candle that appear, it is called bullish engulfing because it engulfs not just even one. It engulfs these two candles, showing that bulls have taken over the market. But are they still going to remain in the market? How are we going to know? We need to wait for a green candle to appear and move above the highs of that other candle that appeared. And this is what, for me, I'll take my trade here at this point. And it goes, and up it goes. Sure winning trade. Let us look at another example. I think I snapped more of this. Now, this one too, like, this is a hammer. This is a very bad hammer. We can see this, that it happens at the lower Bollinger Bands, meaning that all we are waiting for is a green candle to appear next to it. A green candle appears. For me, I'll take my trade either this place. I'll take my trade here. And that's how price go, and it keeps going up like that. Whenever you see this kind of candle, the longer the wick, the longer it is, the more effective it is. And whenever it happens at the lower Bollinger Band, it shows that that signal is a very strong one. But you don't just need to rely on it. You need to wait for another candle to prove to you that yes, it is good to enter your trade. Let's see if you can see another example. There are just so many of it. Now this is another example. We are looking at this candle formation here. In a downtrend, this is a very simple stuff. This is a downtrend. Market starts falling and it fell down to this point. It gets to the lower Bollinger Band. The lower Bollinger Band serves as a support. So it's holding that candle. Now we are waiting for a green candle to appear. But the one that first appeared is a small green candle. For me, I will not take this candle serious because it's so small, showing that buyers, it's like they are thinking they want to get into the market. I'll wait again. This candle is like times 2 the size of this. So I'll appreciate this candle. So I'll start working with this candle, not this candle. So the fact that you have to wait for the first candle to appear does not mean any candle you see, even if it's a tiny candle, you just enter your trade. You wait. Find a reliable candle, a standard candle, a standard green candle. Like this one is what I'll be working with. I'll consider this as my first green candle that appeared. Then I'll wait. I will not enter my trade here. Take note. I will not enter my trade here. Even if I have to wait for for the next candle to move above the highs of this, I need to be very cautious of these ones. They are highs. I need to be very. So I'll wait. See, this candle, this particular candle, moved above these 3 guys, because the reason why these guys did not go up, is that something is blocking them here. That is one of the points Gigi is telling us then, that there's something blocking it here. There are lots of buyers and sellers waiting. Look at these candles. They are all hanging here. This is because there's something blocking them from coming down. They can't come down. They stop here. So I need to wait for this candle to beat these guys here. Beat them. That place they were unable to move. I'll allow this candle to pass through that place, showing that this candle is now free. Once this candle passes through that place, it has opened way for others to pass. So if you quickly enter your trade here, there's a possibility that this candle may get to this point and it will act the way these ones act. That price that stopped these ones from going may also stop them. That resistance that stopped them from going may also stop this particular candle from moving. So that is why I need to be very careful. I wait for this candle to move above these ones and I enter my trade, and this is what happens. So the point is knowing when to enter your trade, things you need to look at, how much careful you need to be, so that even when you enter your trade, no matter how price dance, you know that you enter this trade, you took the necessary precaution before you enter the trade. And if definitely you're going to lose, it will be just those spike of those Bitcoin spike where price will just go to 100,000, or it will just, that's when you may even have to lose. But if things are normal, you do this thing very well. I'm not saying you're going to get it 100% or 10 over 10. You may get 6, 7, or 8 and lost 2 or 3. But if you do it very well, you always win more than you lose. Let us see if I still have another example again. Okay, we are looking at this particular one here. This is a it seems like we've discussed about this. Yes, we've discussed about this, a bullish engulfing. Okay, I think we've seen them all. We've seen them all. This is another example. This is another example. Hey, I need us to look at this now. For instance, this is a bullish piercing. Just like I said, there are many candle formations. This is a bullish piercing. Okay, good. Okay. Let me just quickly touch this before I get to that. If you see a candle formation like this, it is just like the opposite of what we are talking about. The way it's supposed to be is that this candle, this blue candle, or let's call it the green candle, it's supposed to engulf this red candle. But now, the red candle is engulfing it. It therefore means that if you just take your trade like this, you may be doing something wrong. So you need to wait for other candles to appear for you to be sure that yes, price is going to your direction. So I waited. When I waited, the candle that appeared is a doji, showing that even buyers and sellers, they are just negotiating. No real business going on. They are even tired of even negotiating. Nothing is happening. So I have to ignore this. I waited for another candle to appear, and this candle appeared, and it grows above even this red. And for me, I would like to enter my trade from this place. from this place here, and this is what will happen. So it is about you waiting. Now, someone asked a question about the stop loss. Always place your stop loss at the lower lows. For instance, like this now, if you want to place your stop loss, if you enter your trade here, for instance, you enter your trade at this point, keep your stop loss either here or ×2 of the wick of this guy. The lowest, if you look like this, the lowest wick, times it by 2, maybe here or here. That's where you keep it. That's where you keep your stop loss. That's how to keep your stop loss very low, not too close to the candle you're actually trading. Find the lower lows of the previous candle and keep your stop loss there. Any other question, please? I'll at this point I would like us to ask questions. Let me see how many of the and if there's anything you don't understand, please kindly raise your question. I don't understand the stop loss part too. Okay. Let's look at these peaks for us to understand the stop loss. Okay, I want to take a trade now. This is a bullish engulfing. The procedure is you have to set that on BitMEX. Gigi will take that aspect. It's on BitMEX. There's a way to set stop loss there. There's a feature on stop loss on BitMEX or even any platform you're trading. But all I'm saying is you using the candle formation to know even the price, to know which price you need to keep. That's just what I'm showing you. From the candle, you know, okay, this is where I'm going to keep my stop loss. Not just typing anything in that in the trade that they will bring for you in BitMEX or in any platform you're using. You need to know. You need to go and check the lower lows of that place you want to play and look at it. Okay, it's okay. The price is 1 point. So you just go there and type it because you know this is the low. This is where you want to keep your stop loss. So keep your stop loss. Look at this week. As this week is now, times it by 2, so it should be somewhere here like this. If you want to be very, very careful, but if you did it very, very well, you may just keep it here, just like that. Any other question? Please, I want us to ask questions. I need us to ask questions because so many of us, you private chat me and you ask questions. I told you, okay, explain. Can you explain the middle? The middle Bollinger Band is also a place. Let me just let me see if I can. Now, this is the Bollinger. Okay. We'll talk about the exit while I explain the middle Bollinger Band. I'll relate everything to you. Now, looking at this chart now, do you realize that somehow price respects the middle Bollinger Band just as it respects the higher and also the lower Bollinger Bands? If you notice this, if you notice anything like that, can you just type plus? Do you just look at the chart and see that sometimes even the middle Bollinger Band holds price from even going down? Look at this place now. Price is going like this. It gets to this point. It could not pass. Even this particular one moved. It got to this point. Middle Bollinger Bands exit. If you take your trade very well, if you take it very, very well, 3%, 2%, 3%, I'll get back to that. 3%, 2% is okay. So the mid-Bollinger Band also serve as a resistance or support, but it is not as that effective as the higher Bollinger Band. Okay, I'll check the questions and see what to do about that. Let me just explain this. In the middle, price respects the middle Bollinger Band, but not as much as it respects the higher and the lower. So having that in mind, it therefore means that you need to be sure what you want as your exit point. Meaning, you have to ask yourself, in this particular trade I want to take, how much do I want from it? Do I want so much? I just want to take something small and move and take another time again. If you are the kind that is greedy, you want to just eat the market, there will be a time the market will eat you. So for me, if I take my trade very well, let's say I take my trade from this place, as it's getting to this point, I'll just exit, because from even from this place to this place, the pips from here to this place is something that, as it's something, it is really, really something. It gives you something. So long it's moving to your direction, there's profits coming from it. Let me see the question that was asked. Okay. What's the effect of stop loss to liquidation price? Okay. The stop loss enables you to set your liquidation far off. Because if, for instance, you set your stop loss here and price touched you at this point, you are telling the market that do not eat up my whole funds. This is exactly what you need to take if price move against me. Do not eat everything, just take this part. This is what I'm able to afford to lose in this trade. I want you, if for instance it did not move in my direction and it moves against me, do not eat up all my funds. Just take this particular one and leave me alone and leave the rest for me. But if you did not set your stop loss, price will just fall and it will just wipe out everything you have. But if you set your stop loss, it therefore means that once it's coming to that, it will just stop. It will just eat you up to that point and it will close. So it's very, very important for you to set your stop loss. Let me see. What is it? Okay. In the chart with red and green candles, if you pick an entry point and there's a single bearish candle and later bullish candle, would it affect the trade if you? Okay. I also want us to know that trading is based on emotions. The reason why candlestick formation works very well is because there are lots of people who trade using candlestick formation and the Asians. So as they see the prices and the way candles change, it is telling them what people are thinking. For instance, once they see a bullish engulfing, they know all those who understand how candlestick formation work want to buy. So everybody will start buying. Everybody will start buying and price will start going up. So if you enter your trade very well, even if there is, for instance, price may fall, but it will not fall. As in most times, if you enter your trade very well, even if a red candle, if you enter a long trade, we're supposed to go up. Even if a red candle appears, the trend may still continue to that direction that you take it and hit your point. Hit that point that you want to take your profit. But if you do not do it well, it will fall and eat up your stop loss and you make losses. So, for instance, let us look at this candle. You enter the trade here. For instance, you enter a trade here. As the trade is going, this candle comes up as green. This one comes out as dodgy, meaning that buyers are exhausted. Sellers want to come in. Now you are not scared. What will be the next thing? The seller falling. And the price fell, it fell, it fell. But take note, it did not fall up to this point. Because this is where the price will fall and it will eat up your profits and even your stake. But it will not liquidate you if you set your stop loss. So it fell to this place, then later it continued. It fell again, it continued, and it goes up. So you can hardly, as in there's no time when you just see all the old candles will just be red all through, there will be no green. It doesn't happen all the time. There will be green because it's emotions. People buy, people sell, people buy, people sell. So the sell is the red, the buy is the green. So let me see if there's any other question again. Okay. Since the price will always find its way back to the middle, okay. If the candle respects the Bollinger Bands and the candles are on the lower Bollinger Bands, is it advisable to enter a trade? Since the price will always find its way back to the middle. I'm sorry, I don't really understand this your question, Abike. Yes, you can avoid being liquidated if you use a stop loss and less leverage. Yes, that's it. Use a less leverage and a stop loss. A stop loss is provided to you to enable you save, like it's a money management strategy, so that you don't lose all your funds. You are telling the market, this is exactly what I'm willing and able to give out to you in case I lose this trade. That's the essence of it. Any other question, please? I need you guys to ask questions, because this is the only period where I can express myself and show you things. On WhatsApp, it's not like I cannot teach you anything or stuff like that on WhatsApp, but it will not be effective. I will not be able to explain much more to you than what I'm doing now. So if you have any question about the candlestick, if you really understand when to enter your trade, please let me know, so that I know I have lots of people who now understand how to enter trade, because that's the essence of it. Know how to enter your trade, know when to enter your trade. Please, if the candle trend falls outside outside the lower Bollinger Band, for me, I wait for it to get back to the lower Bollinger Band, not outside. For instance, this price, it falls outside, not even on top of the lower Bollinger Band. It falls outside. So the best thing for you to do is to wait. Make sure you take your trade close to the lower Bollinger Band. You now know that this is progress. This is progress. It has started moving. It has even moved from the region of lower concentration to the region of higher concentration. It's moving. So you know this is progress. So allow it to enter this channel. This is a channel. It's like a stream. Allow it to swim back to it. So from this place now, you start searching for your candle formation, where you now enter your trade. So allow it to enter back. For me, that's what I do. Because you may take your trade here and price will keep falling. So you need to wait for it to make progress back, showing that yes, bulls are already taking over. Since your main trading is with the bearish bulls engulfing, I guess. Yes. Bearish and bullish engulfing. The reason why I kind of like it is you see it often. You see it each time price have gone overbought. It's so high. The next thing you just see a red candle will just come in to cover the green candle. You now know that you have to set your trade to sell. Then if it's happening in or oversold, which is downtrend, all you just need to do wait is for a candle, a bigger candle to appear that covers the previous ones. It always happens. That's why I like it. If you're going for hammer or hanging man or shooting star and stuff like that, they occur, but not all the time. I can count many bullish and bearish engulfing ones. That's why I kind of like. Okay. Any other question? Use 30 minutes upward, so you can navigate to other time frame and see what price is doing over there. But any time frame you use, for instance, if you are using a 1 day time frame, any signal you see there is a very strong one. But if you're using 1 minute, thank you, JJ, so much, thank you. So if you look at 24 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, any candle formation you see there, they are very strong compared to lower time frame. I also want to say this, and I'll keep saying it until somebody gets it right. I have, not just me, but if you're taking your time, and thank you, patience is the key in this. See, trading is going to teach you patience. You just have to be patient. If you do not see your signal, if they don't happen, don't enter the trade. Wait for it, so that when you enter, you have this rest of mind that no, I waited for this, so you know where it's going, because you allowed it to come. It's like a food that you prepared, and it is now time for you to eat it. I'm telling you. So I was talking about the momentum. I've talked about this in the group. It's very, very important. Take a look. Go to coin market cap. Take a graph picture of Bitcoin versus US dollars. You realize that from day one to date, it has always been a bullish market. As in, the general momentum is bullish, is bull. It is buy. It is long. And if you want to trade successfully, you want markets to be in your favor 80% of the time, 70% of the time. Even when you are wrong, even when you make mistake, it will also push you to hit your point. Why? Because you swim along with the current flow of the market. So the current flow of Bitcoin is, the general perception is, wow, Bitcoin is such a good thing. Let us have it. Let us buy it. Let us buy. People are buying. If you see some sell will always occur. But it is just like GD explained, it's retracement. It's just gathering momentum to move up. It's like when you are trying to whine and to move high. That's just, school will never, with the way it's going, no matter what people are doing, to never fall back to 0.008 cents. And I kind of trying to explain this to you, that if you are always on a sell trade, that if you go on sell trade, you may have more losses compared to when what you are waiting for is for that retracement to happen. You don't allow Bitcoin to just fall. Then just take note, each time Bitcoin falls, when it wants to go up, it goes up very much. So you are an opportunist. You are waiting for price to fall. That's how I kind of prefer taking trades. You wait for price to fall. Once it falls, you are now waiting for the boost. There are people who are waiting for Bitcoin to fall so that they can buy. Look at the sense in it. So how can you now join people selling when there are lots of people waiting to buy? You make losses, because immediately you sell, those people, you are now selling the price. This is a real life event. You are selling at a price where the people thousands of people are waiting to buy at that price. And once they start buying, price goes up, and even hit even liquidate. So always go on long trade. Each time you're on your chart, search for opportunities where you can take a long trade. Using this method, using this strategy, if you go on long trade all the time, you will win more than you make any losses. I don't know if you have any other questions. Maybe Gigi can take over from here, but I think okay. Let me add. We are like 11 or 13 of us here. If you've gotten the point, the main gist of this candle formation, how to enter your trade, you now understand it compared to before. Please, I'd like to see a sign so that I know if I will have to go more deep, or please, I just need a sign to be sure that I've actually communicated this information to you. Okay, good. Wow. Thanks, Mike. Thanks. I really appreciate this. I appreciate this so much. I appreciate this so much. You guys don't know how happy I am, because I actually want the more you have plus, I want you guys to extend these teachings to others. That is the vision Gigi has for all of us. He wants us to teach others so that we can expand, so that we can be people who share, not just dash people fish, but teach them how to fish. So I'm very grateful with the fact that we spend a lot of time. Yes, we've been able to grab something. If you want to test how powerful this method is, just go to the chart. You can even off your data once you're in that chart, scroll back and start plotting this thing one after the other. Go to Euro, USD, Canada, go to all. Yes, go to this strategy I'm telling you. If you use it in FX, Bitcoin is just bit risky. If you use this in FX, Euro, USD, all those, then it works very well. It works very well. So just go back, check Euro, USD, check all those currencies, those trade currencies, and look at it very well and see how powerful it is. See how many losses, see how many winning you get. Then you will now be confident that what you are doing. You know that with like before you say Thank you so much, Gigi. I would like to give Gigi this from here now. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank God for everything. Thank Jehovah God for everything.
Alright, boss. I must commend you. Thanks for. Yes, I'm already talking. Yes, I must commend you. Alright, I must commend you. You have done well, sir. Wow. See what really happened in the market. This was where I was talking to us about. I was talking to us that this particular candle might get to this point here, and it got there and it was pulling back since then. In fact, it has pulled back down to this place and it's still pulling back again. So that's to let you know that this signal works well. And in addition to the signal, hello, I hope we can hear me. In addition, I said addition. In addition to the signal, can you hear me, please? Can we hear me, please? I want to add one or two things to the signal. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. I haven't taken my dinner. My dinner is hanging. So just manage me this way. Now, what I'm saying is, in addition to this, to buttress the candlestick formation, you need to make use of the RSI. I'm going to teach us another formula some other day. Apart from the RSI, I'm going to teach us another formula that works better than RSI, which you can always use for your signal. Now, once this agrees with your RSI, then it tells you that that's the direction. At the moment, we could see a downtrend after the fall increase here. We could see a downtrend. Why did I call it a downtrend? From what we were just taught, look at price had fallen from here. It has gotten to the last open here of the bullish candle. It has gotten to the opening, and it has fallen off this support. It kept on going. It has fallen below this week also, so it's still going downward, downward, downward. Now, why did I say it agrees with RSI? Remember the RSI taught us, the RSI formula I taught us. Anytime you see here simply means it has been overbought. Anytime you see this RSI signal come up here, it means Bitcoin has been overbought, and after it has been overbought, it's going to be bearish direction next. So the next thing that happened is it has given us a downward direction. Can you see that RSI has turned downward? It's entering this place back, so it's a very good signal. The next, don't let me bombard us with many things together. Let me just allow us go back and digest this some other time. I'm going to be teaching us CCI formula. Alright, I really appreciate every one of you who are taking your time to join us in our study tonight. God bless you, very good. Use this knowledge, practice it well. Take your time, go and practice candle formation well. You support your resistance, everything. Can you see? Everything we have done obeys support and resistance. This is the resistance. It obeyed this. This was the support before. It fell off the support. It fell off the second support. Then it came down to the third support here. Now I wouldn't advise us to use stop loss on BitMEX, but whichever way, it's going to be some other time lecture. I wouldn't advise us to use it though, but it's going to be some other time lecture. Just close your trade once and for all. Yeah, your trade. Somebody was comparing about trade view chart. Yes, something could be wrong. Let me open my trade view chart for you. See my trade view. Look at the present price, 19,340 whatever. See my trade view. Let me refresh. It's been a while. Can you see the? Let me go and check for the present price. Now can you see 19,300 and something? So it's very correct. My trade view or trading view is completely correct. 19,307. Can you see 19,307? What you put into your trading view is this. Type XBT. Sorry, just type XBT USD. Now it's going to bring you few XBT USD. The one you are using is this US dollar perpetual inverse swap contract. That's the one you are using for your trade. Please take note of that. I hope I've been able to answer. So you click on this. Now I guess the one you are using is this. I think it's either of these 2 or 3 you are using. So that might be the one you are using. But the one you are supposed to use is XBT USD US dollar perpetual inverse swap contract. Now I also advise you to make use of the one on the. Can you see we are still coming down? I told us we are still coming down because RSI have showed us the direction that we are coming down. RSI have confirmed it here that we are coming down. So can you see it's about to beat this support again, and if care is not taken, we are coming back to this 18,000 plus. So that's all for that. I hope we all have learned 1 or 2 things. Yes, are we recording? Yes, I'm trying my possible best to record, but I doubt if I can upload it on YouTube tonight. I'm totally tired. I still need to get my dinner tonight, so just try as much as possible, and I need to wake up very early for work tomorrow. So just pardon me, tomorrow, probably later in the morning or in the afternoon tomorrow. And if I can still upload it on YouTube, I'm going to make it available. I just hope the recorded version will play. Alright, any other question before we go for tonight? Any other question, please, before we go? You're welcome. Any other question, please? Question, can we close for tonight? Can we close for tonight? I need you to go ahead. Somebody please unmute yourself and talk. Can we close for tonight? Just unmute yourself and talk, please.
Yeah, let's close for tonight.
We appreciate.
God bless you. You're welcome. Just try as much as possible to use this knowledge and practice knowledge. In things like this, the more you practice, the more you become better. No one is perfect in trading. Market can go against anybody, but the more you practice, the more it works well for you. Do enjoy your week. God bless you. Real good. Have a beautiful week. Goodbye.